ITV.
Certainly the best.
ITV, certainly the best.
This is ITV.
Certainly the best.
A very good evening to you, and thank you for joining us on the ITV News for tonight. I am Lawrence Usifo. The Senate's Minority Caucus on Thursday has dismissed the media report on claim of the National Assembly and rejected that the electronic transmission of election results in the ongoing amendment of Nigeria's Electoral Act. The spokesperson for the Senate Caucus in the National Assembly, Senator Inaya Baribe, who spoke on behalf of the caucus, said that the Senate did not vote against electronic transmission, but instead clarified and strengthened the wordings of the provision. As Charity Tanko, our National Assembly correspondent, brings us the details. Reports will be made available subsequently in the course of the bulletin. And moving on, where President Bola Tinubu has launched Nigeria's national halal economic strategy aimed at positioning the country to tap from the $7.7 trillion global halal market and diversify the economy. Our State House correspondent Ikaru Atta report that President Bola Tinubu described the unveiling of the strategy as a signal of Nigeria's readiness to join the world in grabbing a huge chunk of the global halal economy already embraced by leading nations.
President Bola Tinubu was represented at Thursday's unveiling of the Nigerian National Halal Economic Strategy at the Presidential Villa, Abuja, by his Deputy Vice President Kashim Shettima. Speaking, he called for discipline, inclusive and measurable action for the strategy to deliver jobs and shared prosperity across the country. The Vice President outlined what he described as clear and measurable ambition set by strategy as he allays concerned by those linking the halal with religious affiliation. He pointed out that global halal economy had since outgrown parochial interpretation. The vice president noted further that many advanced Western economies have since recognized the commercial and ethical appeal of the halal economy and have integrated it into their export and quality assurance system.
The president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is unequivocally committed to repositioning the Nigerian economy. But the task ahead us as far as the halal economy is simple. It's to ensure alignment between policy and practice, between ambition and delivery. Government will play its coordinating role. The private sector must bring innovation and investment. Our development partners will find in Nigeria a serious and prepared counterpart. Because Nigeria must be an economy defined not only by volume, but by value, not only by growth, but by trust.
Speaking on the unveiling, chairperson of the National Halal Strategy Committee and Minister of Trades, Industry and Investment, Dr. Jumoke Odowole, stressed that what the halal strategy has done for Nigeria is to position it among countries that export halal certified goods across the world. She assured that as chairperson, her ministry would deliver on the objective of the strategy for the prosperity of Nigeria. From the Aso Rock Presidential Villa, Abuja, Amikaro Atta, ITV News.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has registered 2 new political parties, the Democratic Leadership Alliance, DLE, and the Nigeria's Democratic Congress, NDC. INEC Chairman Professor Josh Amokbiton announced this on Thursday at a meeting with the leadership of the political parties in Abuja. As political correspondent Joseph Kadri reports that the commission invited Senator Nenadi Usman to represent the Labour Party and Abdurrahman Mohammed to represent the People's Democratic Party, the PDP.
Tally stakeholders meeting with political parties drew the attention of several parties' leaders, including Abdurrahman Mohammed for the PDP and Senator Nenadi Usman for the Labour Party. Speaking at the meeting, INEC Chairman Professor Joash Ambuton SAN disclosed that the Commission screened over 100 associations that applied for registration as political parties, but approved only 2 that met the stipulated requirements. He laments that the internal crises in some political parties are affecting the Commission's ability to effectively discharge its responsibilities.
You recall that the Commission received a total of 171 letters of intent from associations seeking registration as political parties. The associations were assessed in line with sections 222 and 223 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended 1999 as amended, sections 75 and 79 of the Electoral Act 2022, as well as clauses 5, 2 and 5 of the Commission's, that's INEC regulations and guidelines for political parties. But out of these 8, only 2 qualify for final assessment and verification of due compliance with the Constitution and the Electoral Act. After due consideration, only the Democratic Leadership Alliance was found to have complied fully with the requirement of the law.
Speaking on behalf of the political parties, IPAC Chairman Yusuf Antali urged political parties facing internal crises to take advantage of the committee's alternative dispute resolution mechanisms.
IPAC is aware of leadership disputes within some political parties and urges INEC to be guided strictly by the constitution of the respective parties when addressing.
From Abuja, Joseph Kadri, ITV News.
More reactions have continued to trail the August 27, 2025 Owode Onire massacre of 6 traders at the spare parts market in Lagos. The latest of the reaction is that the suspected land grabber, Abiodun Ariori, declared wanted by the Lagos State Commissioner of Police, Jimo Oludare, debunking the claim of the police, saying that he is not a land grabber. as our Lagos correspondent, Aibo J. Warrior, brings the details. The report will be brought to you in our subsequent bulletin. And moving on, the chairman of the Lagos State Task Force, CSP Aditayo Akerele, has issued a stern warning to uninformed personnel involved in commercial motorcycle operations on prohibited routes, stressing that the law and enforcement officers must not be used to break in the law in the state. And back to Edo State, where the governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebholo, has expressed satisfaction with the ongoing work and progress recorded at the construction of the flyover bridge at Ramat Park in Ikbobahio, Benin City, and as well as the erosion control measures in the area. Governor Okpebholo, who was accompanied by top government functionaries, stopped over at the project site on his way from Udomi in Uwesa in Irua in Issa Central Local Government Area of Edo State, where he hosted a 3-day strategic leadership retreat for civil and public servants and his administration. Government House correspondent Kingsley Uchegbu has more.
The visit forms part of Governor Okpebholo's routine inspection of key infrastructure projects across the state aimed at ensuring timely delivery and quality execution. The governor was conducted around the project site by the project manager of China Civil Engineering Construction Company, the firm handling the project, Mr. Lee. The governor's visit generated excitement among traders, residents and motorists who expressed satisfaction with the speed and quality of work at the site. Addressing journalists from the deck of the flyover, Governor Okpebholo said he was impressed with the pace of work, stressing that the visit was to encourage the contractors to maintain momentum and seriousness until completion.
Well, it's our normal routine check, just to see what they are doing, and for them to know that we are serious, for them to also buckle up. They are doing a good job. You can see they've started backfilling. So by the time they cast this point, they have already cast some spans there. So which means the job is almost at the point of completion. And that's exactly why we are following them up.
Some traders at Ramat Park also expressed appreciation to the governor for initiating the project and for closely monitoring the contractors to ensure timely completion.
So happy to see Okpebholo doing this thing in my time. Look, if it is only this flower that is giving us.
10 years back, we ten a bush, but today na express. Baba, he delivers us up inside the bush. Street lights.
Governor Okpebholo further inspected ongoing erosion control works at Orebeni and its environs as part of his administration's commitment to improving infrastructure, easing traffic congestion, and addressing environmental challenges in Benin City. Kingsley Uchegbu, ITV News.
In Kwara State, where Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak has described the deadly attack in some communities of the state as a pure massacre, saying that 75 people killed in the incident have been buried. Governor Abdulrazak disclosed this on Wednesday night when he visited the area and the palace of the Emir of Kaima, Muazu Umar, as Deborah Ogbaifun brings us details.
The governor of Kwara State, Abdurrahman Abdulrazak, arrived at the palace of the Emir of Kaima, His Royal Highness Muazu Umar, after hours of road trip to the affected local government to get first-hand information on the deadly attack. Addressing the governor, the Emir of Kaima, and the chairman of Kaima local government area, Abubakar Daladi, said the attacks were carried out in two communities, Guru and Nuku, of Kaima local government area of Kwara State on Tuesday night.
Where we say about identify 75 people already buried, and those who have been taken by their religious faiths and their tribal things, they are not part of those things.
All the shops by the roadside were all vandalized, were all burnt down. The vigilantes who are seated in their office, numbering about 10, 12 of them, they tried to shoot them, the gun didn't penetrate them, they pushed them into the office and burned those young men into ashes.
Governor Abdulrazak, while condemning the attacks, said it was a pure massacre and commiserated with the families of the victims and the affected communities. He explained that the Muslim communities were targeted by the terrorists for resisting perverted terrorist doctrines.
citizens here resisting the sort of ideology that is alien to them. 75 have been buried. We're short of words.
Meanwhile, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has deployed a battalion of the Nigerian Army to Kwara State. President Tinubu said the new military command will spearhead Operation Savannah Shield to checkmate the barbaric terrorists and protect defenseless communities. He condemned the dastardly attacks which were carried out against the villagers who had rejected the jihadist ideology. Deborah Ubefun, ITV News.
And that's the size of our package of the ITV News for tonight. I am Lawrence Usifo, thanking you for watching. From everyone here, to have a beautiful night rest. Good night.
ITV, certainly the best.
ITV, certainly the best.
This is Anegbete community situated in Isako Central Local